here with music artist Shab. Thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So for those who aren't yet familiar with your sound, you actually have quite an array of influences. So can you tell us the vision behind your sound as an artist?
The sounds really, when you think of sound, when I listen to something or hear something, if I'm out, I'm always getting constantly inspired by different artists, or it could be even on my neighbor, like playing the guitar or something. Doesn't have to be someone super famous, or because we constantly inspire each other. And sometimes even my son plays something on his iPad. I'm like, ooh, that's a cool sound.
Right.
So I just remember it, or I kind of do like a little note, and I take different sounds and I mix it together. That's like how we've been like really doing our music. When I hear something that I like, and I kind of go to Damon, my producer, I'm like, Damon, I heard this new sound. It just sounds so different and unique. And because like, I think right now, most of the sounds sound so similar, and you kind of want to stand outside the box, think outside the box, and
Absolutely.
do something different that you're like, wow, that's a different sound I've never heard before.
Right.
So it's just, yeah, right.
Does a lot of your sound come from your Persian heritage?
Not really, because this album, the only song that actually sounds like that is Spell on Me. It has kind of like the Middle Eastern vibe to it a little bit. I kind of wanted to come out with that because that is kind of like my background, but I'm Persian American. I am, citizen of the world. It's just something bringing all the sounds together just makes it even more interesting, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. And speaking of your new song, Spell on Me, it's doing actually really quite well as an indie pop dance hit. So is the song about anyone in particular?
That's a good question. I think this song, I really made it for like all the women in the world, because we are goddesses, and just to empower them and finding your power within, and just sitting on the throne of because your world is your world, and you just like, you make what you want of it. Absolutely. And spell on me is sort of like, because words are kind of spell, right? Because they're so powerful. When we talk about words, when we say it, we're putting into the universe. And we can easily say mean words or nice words that resonates, and it's going to like help us grow as beings, as humans, but then going back to women and just knowing that we're goddesses and helping each other along the way, instead of thinking that we're in competition. I think that's where the power is, and seeing the beauty in everyone. If especially during quarantine, when you think of like seeing yourself every day, you're inside the house, you're like, I just want to go see my girlfriend, because you just like her little freckles, or like the way her nose is different yours, or her cute little smile. And so just kind of things like that. But it's really about empowering women, and that's what I kind of wanted to get at. That that's the power we have, and love is a very powerful tool.
And you actually spoke about working with your producer, who's a Grammy award-winning producer, Damon Sharpe. He's worked with some other incredible artists like J-Lo and Ariana Grande. So how did you two end up working together, and what was that experience like?
I honestly think it was divine timing. And when I finished my Persian album, and I was sort of like ready to dive in to the other world, and I just started kind of like experimenting writing and things like that. And one day I was just online, and I sort of came across his profile, and I was like, okay. And at times I can tend to be shy, but not like now, not anymore at all. I think I sort of like conquered that fear over time, because
Right.
what if lose? You just knock on a door, and the door will open. So the only thing is going to say like yes or no. So just go for it. Don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Right. So then I contacted him, and I saw that he's worked with Ariana Grande and J-Lo. I don't think at first I saw it, but then I saw the song My Love Don't Cost a Thing, and that was my jam in high school. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot.
Oh my goodness, this is amazing.
Driving down with my convertible red BMW,
yes.
gifted by my family, top down, and just kind of like blasting this song. And I was just kind of dating this guy that kind of thought he had me with his money. I'm like, I don't want your black AMX. It's like, my love don't cost a thing. It just kind of resonated with me. You know what I mean? So I was like, holy moly, this is it. Like, wow. And so I just kind of got the guts and send the first, message. And then a little bit later, a couple of weeks, and I think he didn't check that box, but he messaged me back. He said, sure, you have a great sound. You sing in Farsi only. And that's how we just started. It's like, what is your style? So by the time we found my style and kind of get in conversation, it took like 3-4 months at least, you know? And then he just showed me a song, which I loved. And it wasn't mine, but I loved it. And it's going to be in the album as well. It's like a high energy, fun, you know, exciting song. And so then from then on, we just started writing, and I started writing for him, and I would send it to him. He's like, oh, Shab, these lyrics are amazing. Like, we can really do something with this.
Wow.
It was just
meant to be. So it was literally meant to be.
Yes.
I love that. That is really cool. So now we know about the song. Can you sing a little bit of it for us?
Sure.
Thank you.
1,000 lights all on me, a spill of love you give out. The chain's broken, finally free. I wanna run away now. Oh, you're more beautiful than I ever knew. The chain's broken, finally free. I wanna run away now.
Hey.
You give me life, it's in the shine of your eyes. I fly so high, whenever you're in the sky. Boy, I can't speak, hypnotized, I can't breathe. It's like you put a spell on me, it's like you put a spell on me. Ah, la 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 la, da 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 da, it's in the eyes.
Yes! Oh my God, I definitely do hear your Persian influence though in that. For sure.
Thank you, right?
Yeah, I love that. That is so fun. Awesome job. And I've seen the music video as well. It is so fun. It is a great music video.
The music video is just a badass. I mean, we wanted to make a woman like, he's like, you're a badass woman. You're in a desert. Yes. You're conquering all these men. I mean, Eli, my director for the video, I mean, he really gave me a lot of confidence. I think, you know, when, as humans, I mean, it's just like when we are like helping each other, it's like the confidence is in you, but there might be this one thing I might say to you and you're just like, wow. And it's just like energy comes through and it awakens something that's within you that's already there.
Absolutely. No, I agree with 100% with everything you just said.
Yeah.
Totally. And like, what got you started in music in the first place?
You know, I think music is, well, no, not just thing, but music is healing, you know, music and art. And when you listen to music, I mean, music has healed me through so many traumas in my life. I remember, you know, I've said it in my interviews when there was a war going on in my country. I mean, but the old country, because my country is really, I'm a citizen of the world, you know, and it was just so sad, you know, like, but we had this outlet through music and dance, and we put ourselves in a little bubble. So imagine like what's going on right now with the corona and the COVID and all that stuff. When it first happened, now we kind of more have a grip on it. You know, we're stronger than before.
Yep.
And right.
Mm-hmm.
So because it's so powerful, you know, again, words are spell, music, dance, and it's kind of like all goes together. So I think that was just so, I admired it so much. I was like, wow, this is great and so powerful. And I was just like, I just wanted to find my voice and put something beautiful out into the world and kind of have my style where I can heal someone through my music, because it is healing. You know, music is very healing.
But it's also a great way to also deal with things that are happening in your life.
Exactly.
Well. And you were talking about your old country, and you were actually a refugee from Iran.
Yes.
So how old were you when you left, and what advice do you have for others transitioning into a whole new life?
I honestly think it's the same moon, same sky, you know, because we're humans. I mean, we're emotional. We have different emotions. We are creatures of habit at times, you know. So only thing I would recommend is just like, you know, just see yourself as equal, give love, we laugh in the same way, we cry in the same way, you know, 100%. Grieve in the same way, because that's just a human nature. I mean, that's just who we are. We're made so beautiful in God's image and perfect, right? I would just say, you know, the way I look at Persia, I would say the old country. It's the old world, bringing the old world and the new world together and making something so beautiful, you know, like opening the door for somebody or saying thank you, saying hello, being polite, you know, bringing those traditions back into you know, the new generation and teaching our children the mannerism of like being respected and being respectful and knowing what that is, and protecting your soul, you know.
That's very important.
Right? And just not judge. There's no judgment and there's no regrets, like, because it's all a learning experience. Like everything I've been through in my life, the good, the bad, and there's times where it's just been such dark days, and I didn't know how I'm going to get out, but you know what, I just prayed, and I prayed, and I said, you know what, God, I know I'm going to get through this. And the next day it was a little lighter. So it's just better and better, but you just have to keep that positive mentality that, you know, people are good, this world is a good place, and there's beauty all around us, right?
Yeah, I love your energy. That's beautiful, and I totally agree.
I love yours.
Thank you. So where have you laid down your roots now, and where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So right now I'm residing in Dallas, Texas, which
okay.
Yeah, I really love Texas. I love Dallas. I mean, I was in Maryland, D.C. for all my life through high school. I mean, I left, you know, the old country when I was like 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I am more than anything American than Persian.
Right,
because most of my adult life, I lived here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I shaped here. And I just don't see myself different than anybody else. But I do love Dallas, and I like it here. It's very family oriented. My kids, Shiloh and Rafa, you know, Rafa is 3, Shiloh is 2. They give me so much inspiration, energy, and love. Their little kisses is just like fills me up so
That's
much.
beautiful.
But so in 5 years, you know, right now we just started our new album, and I'm super excited. We have 3 really strong songs.
Okay.
And so we're working on
the releases for those.
So the release for the second album, we're starting, but the first album, we're hoping, because of post-COVID and everything, we're hoping like by fall.
Okay.
We have 8 songs in there, and it's like an infinity. So what I wanted is the 8 songs are like sideways. There's no ending or no beginning to music.
Wow.
Keep going. The beauty
That's
of it.
awesome. Yeah.
So, and we're doing 2 more music videos. We were supposed to do it like 3 months ago, but you know, it's all good. It's God's timing.
Absolutely.
So we're doing that hopefully in 2 weeks. And we have 2 more really amazing videos that's going to come to you guys by the same director.
Okay.
Eli. So it's kind of like a spin-off and like a continuous story, but it's like next scene, right?
Oh,
so
very cool. Okay.
Where's she going to go, right?
Right.
Like a little mini story, mini movie back to back.
Cool. That's awesome. Yeah. And you brought up your kids. So what is it like balancing your professional life with your work life?
You know, it comes easy to me because I'm a child at heart. So I'm always like running after them or goofing around, you know, and but I have really great help too. I'm very blessed. I have a Dallas family here. They are my loves, and that's how I always like say, you know, little bit of sprinkle of Spanish, spark of Spanish, because I'm, you know, they're Spanish. I'm trying to learn Spanish. They're like my sisters, you know, like and they're my family.
So to end, so where can we get your recent single "Spell on Me"? Is it on all platforms?
Correct.
Okay.
We have it on iTunes, Spotify, you know, I guess YouTube. There's one more, I forget, but yeah, it's all across all platforms.
Amazing. Yes. Great. Yeah. All right. So the final part of the interview, we asked some fun random questions.
Okay.
All right. So what is your favorite midnight snack?
So I've just started getting these really good frozen fresh fruit ice cream.
I love those.
Yes, and believe it or not, it's from Sam's Club. It's called Mexican. Oh my God, it's super good. They have
the actual fruit inside, right?
Yes.
I've had them. Amazing. They're so good.
And the coconut one. Yeah. The coconut one, my daughter likes the strawberry, Shiloh. And I was like, oh, what about the mango? Like, and I just kind of like went for the mango. I'm like, holy moly, mango is really good too.
I gotta try them all.
But I also like my chips every now and then. So it's kind of like between the sweets and sour. But
absolutely,
you know,
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. And what are 2 of your favorite skincare products?
That's interesting because I started a skincare company. It's called True Pond.
Okay.
But we just still kind of like on a small base we're starting, and but we have like some really amazing creams that are just makes your skin so soft and supple. And I mean, I was a skincare specialist by trade, so
Okay, very
you know, we have like a really nice cocoa butter that we use. So we're just starting the company. It's just like a kind of like
Where
infant
can we
stage.
purchase it right now? Is it online or?
It's if you go on True Pond on, like, I think Instagram, like I said, it's just the beginning stages,
Okay,
but
got it.
take off like with we're gonna like go full force with it. It's so good to my skin. Even when I was pregnant, I was using the oils. I don't have one stretch mark.
Wow. And
Nothing.
that's all from your brand. That's the one you're
Yeah.
starting. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I mean, I'm a witness to it because I used it myself, and so I was like, wow, I was really blessed. I mean, I was just kind of like slobbering it
right.
every like 3 hours.
Well, it worked. Okay, so the slobber was good.
No, it was.
Exactly. Yeah, well, we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. And who was your childhood celebrity crush?
Oh man. Okay, so there's two. Jason Priestley. I mean, I don't really have crushes. Like, my son is my crush right now, but to
Aw,
really go back in
yeah, when you were
time,
younger, yeah.
90210. I mean, it was like my thing. I loved Jason Priestley with the blue eyes and the blonde hair. He was just. And then at one point, I guess maybe like in high school, it was Leonardo DiCaprio, and then now is my son.
Leonardo and Titanic. Are you kidding?
It was like game over, girl.
Oh yeah, I was like, no, no one else can compare. I feel like on that. The pretty boy thing. I'm about that too.
Yeah. Just it's like the way they look with their eyes is like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah, I'm dying. Cool.
Yeah. That's what my son is. He has these green eyes and big curly hair, long black eyelashes, and these big, like, juicy lips, and he's just so cute. I'm like, okay.
Oh, he sounds gorgeous.
So adorable. I'm very, my daughter, she's just like, but they're both beautiful, not just on the outside, but they're just beautiful souls, like you can tell they're just like such sweet kids. Like and I asked God, I said, please send me healthy babies and good souls so I can help humanity, so they can help me.
Oh, that's it.
And
Yeah.
that was my wish.
Well, it's happening. It sounds like that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So cool. Yes. Well, thank you so much for sitting down with us. And everyone needs to check out your single "Spell on Me," and we can't wait to also hear about your skincare line.
Yes, thank you, Tyler. Really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Appreciate. Thank you.